All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chair League, the Holiday Cheer Extravaganza event here for Chair League. I am your host, Jay-Zon, and we have a round of 16 match going on here. R2 versus Envenom. It is going to be played out here on Dragonshire, best of one series. Not much of a series, really, just one match, but the draft has begun. Team R2 is considering their first draft as we speak. We got everybody in the lobby. We are ready to go. I am looking forward to this one. Should be quite a lot of fun for these guys. They've made it through a couple rounds already, and they are looking at going into the round of 8 for the winner here. Two pretty solid teams, R2 and Envenom. If I remember correctly, I think both of these teams are either Pro or Division 1, so very high quality teams here. Dahaka, the insta-ban out here from R2. Not a big shocker. R2 knows how powerful Dahaka is on this map with his global presence, that brush stock, being able to switch lanes quickly to try and obtain those Dragon Knights, to obtain those different shrines at the top and bottom, or the Dragon Knight in the mid. Malfurion ban, not a big surprise. He's still a very broken healer, still considered to be the best in the game, but the Diablo pick, also not a big shock. He is extremely strong right now. Diablo, with his new rework, is very powerful, so we're seeing a high priority on him. But ETC and Brightwing going to be the pickup for Envenom, as these guys are moving right along. They know what they want. Global presence from Stage Dive, global presence from the Phase Shift from the Brightwing, and we are seeing Vala is going to be the pickup here for R2 to respond to that. A lot of good solid damage that can be laid out on a target that Diablo is going after. Nice to see Diablo back. We haven't seen Diablo in the meta in a long time, so seeing these changes, seeing him creep up into the meta and become super powerful is nice. Rhaegar also with that Bloodlust, clearly R2 looking for a Bloodlust comp here. And Envenom is going to have to figure out a way to counter that. They already have a good zoning tool available in Brightwing's in Brightwing's trying to remember the name of the ability, the pushback ability that Brightwing has, Emerald Wind. There we go. But the ban out here is going to be Falstad, so Envenom trying to monopolize the global presence, and I think they are doing a nice job of that. They've got two of the stronger global presence heroes in the game right now in ETC and Brightwing. They ban out the Falstad to make it not available, and the Ragnaros ban, I guess you don't have to ban it, but because he's not really available. But not gonna get too overly picky from that one. Not gonna force them to ban a valid hero, I guess, as long as they didn't pick it. But Ragnaros not available for this event. Otherwise, we probably would have seen him long ago. Restricted from being picked, I guess, not restricted from being banned. But we do see that we got two pickups coming here for the side of Envenom. They have the opportunity to pick up some strong DPS here. I think they could be well served if they wanted to go after some form of burst damage to try to monopolize that part of the game here, as we see the sustained damage from Vala. Both teams already have their tanks and their healers, so Envenom is going to go ahead and pick up their second frontliner in Thrall, that Bruiser, and they're going to go for Zeratul. So kind of a double frontline going on here. Very interesting. Zeratul, of course, doesn't have to play as much as a frontliner as Thrall does, with the constant ability to blink in and blink out. So we'll have to see. Good on the rotation, a good rotational hero to be able to harass the squishies that are rotating around the map, trying to pick up these shrines, trying to get the Dragon Knight. So that could be a good opportunity to get ganks. And just a very strong frontline presence here with ETC, Thrall, and Zeratul. They're able to push into these points well. Tassadar is going to be the response here. So if we were going to see Rhaegar Bloodlust, we could very well see Tassadar Archon, but probably Wall makes a lot more sense with trying to keep people in. But you never know. It depends on how aggro they want to go here. But the reveals will be nice for Zeratul. They do have the ability to really enable somebody. So who's going to be the frontliner? Who's going to be the one that is going to be the focus target? Or is it going to be Vala? Are they going for hyper carry Vala here? Is really the question. So we'll have to see what Team R2 wants to do with this. They don't have that frontline bruiser yet. A couple come to mind with Illidan, Alarak, Kerrigan, and the Butcher. There's another one that's, yeah. So they are going to go with the Butcher. It is going to be that big focus on the Butcher. The only question here is, do they want to go Bloodlust to try and enable the Butcher and that extra healing ability from the Butcher brand, or do they want to go Ancestral to try and keep him alive for as long as possible if he starts to get low? It seems to me like a Bloodlust comp, but it could go either way at this point. I think R2 has a lot of options with the way they've drafted here. What does Envenom want, though, to be able to counter this? They don't have any real backline damage, so they are going to go with Gul'dan. So the Horrify going to have the ability to try to counter that, try to counter out that engage potential from possibly Bloodlust. Emerald Wind, again, still an option, though. With solo support Brightwing, you do kind of like to have the blink heal, but ultimately, if you're going to get more value out of that pushback from Emerald Wind, it is more valuable. It is a more valuable heroic, even without the extra healing and mobility. But and it looks like all 10 guys are in the lobby here. We are ready to go. And we are loading in here to Dragonshire Chair League Holiday Extravaganza round of 16 event here. Team R2 versus Team Envenom. Should be quite a show that these guys are going to put on for us. We got two amazing teams loading in here to the Nexus, looking to get to this top 8 round. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. Should be quite a lot of fun. And we'll see which one of these teams come out on top. I really like the draft coming out from both of these teams. They did seem to try to counter themselves. As we are loaded in here to Dragonshire, on the left, we have Team R2 with Tippin' Tricks. Is going to be playing that Rhaegar. The Turk is going to be playing Tassadar. Stereophonic on Diablo. Lightsy is going to be playing the Butcher. And Moody Rooster is going to be playing Vala. On the other side, we have Envenom. Ice Storm going to be playing ETC. HMK going to be playing Zeratul. Dilemmo is going to be playing that Gul'dan. Kronos is going to be playing Thrall. And Jim going to be rounding out the team on the Brightwing. That Master Brightwing sitting out right away. Both these teams are going to go ahead and come to the mid. And right away, just kind of feeling each other out here. Nobody going aggro right off the bat. Stereophonic going to start off with that big fire wave. Throw it out right in the middle of that lane. But ultimately, we are going to see the rotation coming out here from the side of Envenom. Not interested in getting ganked here by that Diablo, by that Butcher, by the double support comp to be able to enable them. And we see right away the 4-man rotation coming out here from Team R2. They instantly go down to this bottom lane. Quick, solid wave clear with that Diablo. With the lightning, but we do see the gank up in the top lane. The Butcher is going to get caught out, rotating to the top. The solo gets caught and ganked, and now all of a sudden we see another gank attempt. The Turk comes in. He is going to get that invulnerability out just in time, phasing out. Ice Storm, though, in a lot of trouble as he gets suplexed by Stereophonic there. He looks like he might be able to make it away. He is going to be able to slide. However, Zeratul not so lucky as he gets revealed and taken down. Jim not quite able to handle the aggro there, while we do see the Butcher back up in the top. Is going to go on Kronos right away. Stereophonic here with the follow-up. Action all over the place to start off this match. Jim is going to phase shift in. Is going to be able to get Kronos out of that situation. For the moment, the gank attempt fails. 3 top as they are going to start to pressure, trying to get this back with ETC rotating away. Stereophonic's going to get it. They're going to hold both shrines for the moment. Ice Storm comes in right away. Tippin' Tricks, not even wasting a second getting on him there. The slide from Ice Storm will be in just enough time to interrupt Tippin' Tricks. And in the bottom, we see Gul'dan picking up that bottom shrine to block it for now. Ice Storm's going to have to go back, but Jim is in a ton of trouble here. The polymorph is going to be enough to stall it for a moment, But Moody Rooster gets in there with tip and tricks to be able to finish it off. Chronos going to have to back off here or risk getting ganked. He might get ganked anyway, but just barely makes it behind the wall before we see Lightsy get that Butcher charge in there. And that's your early game, ladies and gentlemen. So much action on this map already going down, and these guys are going hard. So we do see both shrines being owned here. Val is going to go down, trying to get a little bit too aggro there, going after that Dragonite pickup. We see the charge coming in onto Zeratul. He gets blown up. HMK going down there to Lightsy, and all of a sudden they're starting to push these guys back as Thrall is going to be able to capture that top one, but Jim's going to go down, and that's a 3-for-0 exchange there. Or, I should say a 2-for-1 exchange in the mid, trying to get after that Dragonite, but they'll have to reset and go after these shrines once again. The Turk doing a nice job in the bottom lane, keeping Dilemma from getting any real value, holding on to that shrine overall. They've had the bottom pretty much the whole game at this point. And right now, Envenom struggling to be able to keep up in the rotational game. Ice Storm is going to get in, but he's going to get completely blown up here. Jim doing a nice job of almost keeping him alive. HMK does a nice job of getting Vala down, but is going to get charged and killed for his trouble. Yet again, Thrall able to recapture that Stereophonic, not able to duel him 1v1 here. So he is going to have to back off for the moment. But we do see that he is going to be able to at least cycle around and force that rotation up from Chronos. Just in general, being a little bit of a pain. And Dilemmo just cannot work against this Tassadar. The Turk is taking it one-on-one down here. Kind of funny, but he's just doing a nice job of out-sustaining him in that bottom lane. You know, in the top lane, we see Diablo getting a little bit overly aggressive there, trying to capture that, and Lightsy's going to have to back off here. Still in a lot of trouble. Is actually going to charge to a minion to try and rotate out to bait these guys back into the team. Pretty much even on XP right now. We do see the rotation in from the Turk. Meanwhile, in the top lane, yet again, Lightsy getting a little caught out here. The 4-man rotation from Envenom is finally they have an answer for this top lane rotation that they've been going against all game. Gul'dan also able to sneak in there while the Turk was in mid soaking. And Zeratul is going to be able to cap this. HMK is going to get it. Very nice zoning there from Ice Storm to be able to keep Diablo away from HMK. And they get the first Dragonite of the game here at level 8. A little bit of a mid push here. They're not going to put too many resources into that. They get most of that front wall down, but they are going to go ahead and rotate to the bottom. HMK doing a nice job of positioning that Dragonite to where he's only going to have to eat the tower shots from one of these at a time. With that now out and the poison going to tick that away. They focus on the bottom one here. Meanwhile, spreading out, still soaking all the lanes. HMK doing a nice job of getting good solid value out of that Dragonite. They get basically 2 front walls with that. Meanwhile, a little bit of a rotation here in the mid. Stereophonic and Lightsy trying to push them off of this mid front wall here. Well, we just see the rotation coming in from HMK. They are going to get the damage down on Stereophonic. The charge to try and zone out, and the Emerald win is going to not quite be in time to zone them back. Level 10's picked up here for the side of Envenom. It is indeed going to be Emerald, Win, and Horrify looking to try and zone just in case. We are going to see ETC holding on to that ultimate, but it is going to be Earthquake, so you got to think Stage Dive is coming. So there it is. Void Prism, Stage Dive, Earthquake. They are looking for the big Wombo combo with all of those, every single one of those area ultimates there, looking to zone some people out, get a few of them picked with those Wombos and all that AoE damage that they have on their side. Slow them down with that Earthquake so they can't escape quite as easily. Probably trying to set it up with an HMK Void Prism here. Level 10s are picked up. It is indeed Bloodlust. We are seeing Lambs to the slaughter. Archon is out in full form there, so we are seeing Battle Tassadar from the Turk. Not going to worry too much about zoning because they already have that with the Lambs and the APOC, especially after level 20 when it becomes an AoE Lamb. The charge coming in on the Gym, but the Emerald Wind is going to be able to zone most of the team. The Lamb goes down, but he will be able to escape that situation. However, Zeratul not so lucky. HMK goes down, and that's going to be a pick there. Actually, the Lamb looks like it went out onto Zeratul, so they switched targets. They got off of Jim and were able to take down Zeratul instead. Maybe a higher priority target there, as they don't have to worry about the rotations coming out from Zeratul. In the top lane, we see Kronos versus Lightsy. They're going to be going back at it here. Both have good healing ability, so that's not a bad 1v1. We do see Stereophonic and friends in the bottom here, going to capture that bottom camp, and they're going to be focused on this bottom front wall. They're looking to open up a win condition for themselves later in the game. Dilemmo doing everything he can with that siege damage to try and get him out of there. Ice Storm is going to come in with the slide to try and zone for Dilemmo. Horrify is not enough. Now Ice Storm's in trouble. Stereophonic looking to turn the focus, but the stage dive is going to get him out of there just in time as he's able to escape. But this bottom fort is under siege here. The Turk with that Archon doing a nice solid job of being able to harass, get a lot of damage out there. And right now Kronos and Jim just kind of scouting, acting as those living wards, trying to soak, prevent this top rotation. But Lightsy's going to go around the long way, being careful, realizing that there were missing members of the team. So nice rotation there. You see level 13 out for both of these teams. Still very even. A little bit of a structural advantage there in that bottom lane for the side of R2. They did a nice job of capitalizing on those bruisers, but otherwise pretty even right now. We do see both of these have been captured here by the side of R2. They are looking for their first Dragon Knight of the game. They're going to start rotating to mid. Brightwing will be able to rotate to bot. Very solid rotation there from Envenom. Going to be able to cap that and still be able to phase shift in if needs be. HMK also rotating to the top, so a little bit of a rotational advantage here. Definitely winning these rotations right now are R2. Stereophonic going to rotate to the bottom to recapture this, and both teams just kind of going back and forth here. Not rotating too aggressively, not trying to create too much of a fight situation, trying to keep their lanes clear and their structure safe. Nice camp capture here for the side of Envenom. The top not going to be contested right away, but we'll have to see where R2 wants to rotate as the fight does start to break out in the mid. Kronos is going to be charged by the Butcher. Horrify coming into the Lightsy is isolated there. The Polymorph comes down. He's going to get blown up. Apoc comes down, only hitting one. Ice Storm's going to be able to walk away from that. Earthquake still in effect here. The stage dive coming in deep is going to hit Moody Rooster and Tippin-Trix. Getting in deep after, and a nice slide there. Three-man slide to be able to really zone them out there. Tippin-Trix will go down. Stereophonic getting very, very low is going to have to back out. Zeratul is going to die to towers, however. Getting maybe a little bit too aggro there, but they can rotate to the bottom here. Right away, we see Ice Storm going down to the bottom lane to be able to pick this up. Tassadar not able to quite deal with that top camp, let alone rotate to that top. So this is going to be a Dragon Knight for Kronos. He's going to be casting it, and yet again, we have Envenom picking up the Dragon Knight, second in a row here. Level 15 is on here. Both teams getting very close towards those level 16s. It does look like Envenom's going to win that race and have a little bit of an advantage as soon as this fort falls. Stereophonic trying to get in here and make something happen before that happens. Kronos gets charged and stunned in the Dragon Knight. Jim in a little bit of trouble back there with Dilemma, but they will be able to back up and wait for 16 to come in here. Zeratul just now coming back. Kronos getting charged yet again. They're getting a ton of damage out on this Dragon Knight. They're doing a nice job of poking it down here so far. They are going to go ahead and rotate towards the bottom. Jim getting charged here. The Emerald Wind comes out just in time to save him. They are going to turn around. Horrify still available. Earthquake not available while Kronos is still inside the Dragon Knight. So one of the big engage tools they have not available. The Butcher Lambs of the Slaughter goes down on Jim. Brightwing will fall here. VP going down to try and forestall. Lightsy's going to die for his efforts, though. The Turk trying to take them down with that Archon. Vala falls, and they are going to turn onto the Turk, even with that Archon. I like how in Archon form, by the way, with the Turk, he's actually larger on the map than the Dragon Knight. But Stereophonic still going in ham here. He's going to fall. He does have the souls to res, however. That is going to be a 4-for-2 exchange. Nice job by Envenom. Taking advantage there. Kronos is not done, however. Maybe looking for the Turk a little bit. But is going to have to back off under towers. But ultimately, they did a nice job, did our Team R2, of not enabling that Dragon Knight to get a whole lot of value. Stereophonic also with a very nice rotation in here with Tip and Tricks to try and get this, but the zoning is there. Ice Storm able to finish that off with the face melt and then the slide out over the wall to be able to get away safely. They steal the camp at least. It's not going to get any value, but it certainly won't be getting any value either for the side of Team R2. We do see rotation here towards this bottom camp by Kronos and Dilemma. They should be able to clear this out pretty quickly. Don't know if the rotation in here from Team R2 is going to be in time. They have started to consider rotating towards the bottom. They must know they're there by now. Ice Storm still clearing this out. He is going to be the target of choice here. He gets charged. He's going to get stunned. He's not going to be able to get out in time. The VP going down to try and stall for him, but I don't know what they can do for him exactly. He is going to go down. Earthquake is going to come down as well. But Brightwing not here. Brightwing is in the mid lane. They are going to be able to get Dilemma very, very low, but the Emerald Wind with Phase Shift comes down to be able to get Dilemma out of that situation. HMK also living life on the edge, getting in there to get that one last hit. But nice pick overall here by Team R2. They rotate down, they get ETC. They've got good value in that top lane going with that Bruiser camp. So good exchange for them. They needed that after losing those Dragon Knights. They are starting to catch up in level. They're getting the superior soak out with some damage. Bruiser's picked up here for the side of Envenom as both teams start to rotate towards this top. And they are going to get it here with Zeratul. The Turk is going to come in, be able to reveal him here if needs be. But the full rotation, 5-man rotation coming up here. Dilemma's got to be careful about going in on this. HMK completely isolated here. There's no way he gets out of this situation. He is going to go down. They are going to get this this top shrine, and they're going to be able to clear this camp all at once. Very lovely rotation here by Team R2. Jim's got to be careful here as the rotation coming in towards bottom. Moody Rooster is going to go ahead, pick off those in the bottom, but we do see that the rotation towards top. They are waiting very patiently here is Envenom for them to reveal themselves, to figure out where they are. Oh, they are going to see a bit of a rotation here in the top. They see it's only 2 right away, so they are going to go ahead and rotate in and take it. Level 20 around the corner for both of these teams. Slight XP advantage still for the side of Envenom. And we are going to see a little bit of a duel here by Ice Storm and Lightsey on that point. Ice Storm able to get over the wall, but Tip and Tricks is going to go ahead and pop the Bloodlust to get that kill. Jim rotating to the bottom to at least deny the Dragon Knight for the moment, but Stereophonic going to be able to get down and get that as well. And again, both teams not really focused on this this top fort, not really a priority, but we do see Stereophonic is going to be able to get that. The cast will be started by the Turk. They are going to go ahead and put Tassadar in that with Archon not available. No real reason other than sustainability to have him out of there. And hey, you got Rhaegar, so you're already covered on that ground. We do see the rotation coming in here as level 20 is going to be picked up first here with this fort falling by Team R2. And Venom's got to be very, very careful here without the use of these Nexus Storm talents for level 20, and they gotta be careful. We are gonna see HMK going in, getting a little bit of a harass out on the Dragon Knight. They are poking it down. They've got to be careful. The totem comes out, a big giant 90% slow from that level 16 talent. We do see Dilemma getting kicked into the wall, but they're just gonna focus on the fort for now. Brightwing is split soaking, trying to get them that 20. It's right around the corner. There it is. Level 20's picked up. The Turk still very, very far in that Dragon Knight, but they do get the keep, and they are going to start to back off here. The Turk is going to end up having the Dragon Knight go down here, but the zoning tool is still available. The VP goes down on Moody Rooster, but they are going to choose to not go on this. Brightwing still up in that top lane, trying to get some soak value, but they end up not coming down here, trying to contest this, and a nice invasion right away to pick up the siege camp. Heads up play here by Team R2 after capturing the first keep of the game here at level 20. They are looking to be in firm control here with this double support Bloodlust comp that they've got going. They are going to pressure bot, though. They are going to start to posture here. Maybe looking to at least pull Brightwing down, force the defense here. Brightwing staying up in that lane, though. Staying dedicated to that top soak, even after level 20 at this moment, where I really don't think Envenom needs this. They are still posturing here. We'll have to see if they want to come down. The Emerald Wind still available. All heroics up other than Void Prism at this point, so they can't. HMK can't use that as an engagement tool. I think R2 knows that. They were trying to get them caught out there, but ultimately Brightwing not going to take the bait. They just defend. They posture well and keep the defense up. And Team R2, nice job trying to see if they could catch somebody out. Definitely don't blame them for that. Keeping the pressure on thick here. But ultimately, Brightwing doing a nice job of being able to pressure that top fort, getting a little bit of value up with that split soak, trying to get them caught up in XP here to at least not have that percentage disadvantage. But after 20, you know, it's not as big a deal here, but they are still continuing to rotate and try and keep these lanes clear. As the shrines have come up, and look at the trap that's been set here by Team R2. They are waiting for the rotations to come out, but safe rotates here from Envenom. They are not taking the bait. They are not going after this bottom shrine at all. Brightwing is going to be able to pick that up, and I think R2 is starting to realize they're going to have to rotate to this top. They're going to have to rotate up there to contest this camp, to contest Brightwing in this infinite push that's been going on in the top. Tippin' Tricks and the Turk keeping an eye out here. We are going to see the 5-man rotation here, with the possible exception of Brightwing. The Jim is still looking at that. We do see Ice Storm going ahead and trying to get out here. The Bolt of the Storm is going to be able to get him out. Emerald Wind will be able to zone them back. The Bloodlust comes out, but there is the VP on 3 there in the top. But the silence of the lambs coming out there, as we see a lot of members getting caught in that lamb and that silence, and that is going to result in yet again ETC falling here without even using the stage dive. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we did see Envenom going ahead and getting that top fort with the use of that camp, but ultimately losing ETC here. He's down for another 45 seconds. That is going to enable R2 to rotate through, pick up this Dragon Knight, and be able to possibly pressure for game here. And we do see a rotation here. 4-man rotation into the bottom to try and pick this up. But ultimately, Lightsy is going to be able to pick this up and come down to support. Still 15 seconds away from having ETC available, as they are going directly towards the bottom here. They are looking to end. They're not looking for keep. They are going for core. Stereophonic going to be able to get in there. Get Dilemma caught out here. The Earthquake and Emerald Wind comes out to try and zone these guys. Probably didn't need both there. But Horrify not available just yet, as we do have ETC finally coming back here. But this 21-minute Dragon Knight has started to right-click on the core. It is slowly starting to fall. Dilemma is going to get taken down by Lightsy as he turns around there. Jim doing everything he can from the backline to try and keep these members up. But Emerald Wind, instead of Blink Heal, not able to really heal them up. The Dragon Knight's too powerful at this time of the game. A few members go down, and that is going to be game. Team R2 going in for the final push, securing themselves a spot in the top 8 here for the Chair League Extravaganza Holiday Cheer Tournament thingamajigger. And very, very quality match coming out from these two teams. Team R2 just doing a nice job of dominating. We'll take a quick look at the stats, actually, as we analyze here. Very even throughout most of this match. But in the end, Team R2 able to just secure a little bit better wombo combo there with APOC. Didn't see a ton of value out of Bloodlust, but it did ultimately secure them those kills. They were able to get in there and get those kills when it mattered the most. The Turk doing a very, very nice job of being able to duel in lane, ton of siege damage, no deaths. So really, really big ups to him. Nice to see Archon coming out, also getting a decent amount of damage in general for Tassadar. Diablo, of course, very, very strong. Stereophonic doing a nice job of getting in there, getting the pressure out, and actually coming out with top hero damage on his team, which is not easy to do when you've got a Vala on the team. But just going to show right now that Diablo, a very, very strong pick, and I think that might have been it. That might have been most of what was going on there. Is that Diablo just super strong. The Butcher, seeing Lightsy hit a lot of those lambs to the slaughter in a very quality way there. And congratulations to both of these teams. Envenom for making it all the way here to the top 16, putting on a great show, putting up a good fight here against Team R2. But ultimately, Team R2 gonna be your winners. They are gonna be moving on to the round of 16 for the Holiday Cheer Extravaganza event here in Chair League. And hopefully we'll see you guys in the next round. We'll have to see how they fare and who they're going up against coming up soon. So thanks for joining me, guys. And I'll look to see if there's not another match I can pick up here in the upcoming hour. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Have a good day, guys.